Okay, I'm going to start by asking you guys a couple questions, just like Monique asked in the beginning. Who here has drank alcohol? Who here has drank alcohol before you were legally allowed to? Alright. Who here has done heroin? Nobody? No, nobody? Alright. Who here would do heroin if it was legal tomorrow? Still no takers, okay? Alright. My name's Tori Rowe. Okay. I'm an occasional drug user, not a hard-time drug user. No, I don't do heroin. I've done a lot of research on this subject. As Reggie and Johnny talked about earlier about legalizing marijuana, I'm going to take this a step further. Alright? I want to legalize all drugs. Okay? It sounds far-fetched, it sounds stupid, and you think like, hey, why would we do that? Point just proven, you proved it to yourself. Who would do heroin if it was legal? You guys know the consequences of it, why would we do it? Okay? You guys know the consequences of alcohol. We don't do it if we don't want to. We do it because we want to, just like Monique proved. People under 18 drink already, okay? If you're going to do heroin, whether it's legal or illegal, you're going to do it, okay? So, legalization of all major drugs in the U.S. sold over the counter, okay? The extent of the problem, okay? There's the war on drugs. As Johnny and Reggie previously showed us, lots of money is spent on the war on drugs. Just to let you know, that war on drugs isn't just on marijuana, okay? As you said, the Mexican drug cartels and gangs, their main way of making money is through drugs. That's not just marijuana, okay? Heroin, coke, all that. They sell all that. They smuggle it all across the border. If you don't have any drugs, like if we don't need the drugs to be smuggled across the border, then there's not going to be any gangs, okay? There might be gangs, but who's going to want to join that gang? You don't have any money coming into it. What are you going to sell? Firearms? That's going to be, it's going to be tough. Try that. All right? So in the 1930s is when the war on drugs kind of all began. Not the actual war on drugs, but when all the bans started coming through against everything. Okay? Cocaine, as me and Miss D talked about the other day, it used to be sold in Walgreens. Okay? I don't know if people know that, but it used to be sold over the counter to people. Okay? It sounds far-fetched, but there's countries that have already taken the step, okay? Portugal is one of those countries. Portugal has already taken the step and decriminalized every single drug, okay? You guys think, oh, well, what's the point in it? Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that we could benefit from, okay? The main cause of the problem, okay? 47.7% of the people in federal prisons, according to the Federal Bureau of Prisons, are non-violent drug offenders. As you showed earlier with Johnny, non-violent, okay? They're not harming people. I mean, yes, they harm people's emotions. Okay, family members do get hurt in the use of drugs if you are an addict and stuff like that. I'm not doubting that. But as we said, marijuana is not the only drug. I'm pretty sure not 47% are all in there for marijuana. I mean, there's a lot of drugs out there, from steroids to ecstasy, back to marijuana, right? That equates to about 91,000 inmates in prison. Okay, that cost us as taxpayers $62 a day for every prison, or every prisoner. Okay, that equates to $22,650 a year, or approximately a little bit over $2 billion a year to house prisoners who are non-violent and get caught with possession or stuff like that. Okay, they're getting jail instead of treatment for this. In Portugal, okay, when the Cato paper reports that in 2000. The drugs have been legalized since 2001 in Portugal, okay? People receiving treatment raised almost 50%, okay? Instead of going to jail, 6,040 people were on treatment in 2001. In 2006, 14,000 people were on treatment for it. And it's not that more drug users have gotten into it, okay? Because that's actually been cut down as well. Since they got legalized in Portugal, it dropped from lifetime heroin and illegal drug users from 14% down to 10% after they were legalized. The only drug that did raise was marijuana, and that was by 2%. The rest of the drugs have all been cut down by almost half. Okay, like we spoke about, the gangs in the Mexican cartel, their main cash crop is drugs. That's how they make their money. No one's going to want to join these gangs if there's no money. Okay, the solution. Okay, the solution is to legalize these drugs. Okay, legalize every drug across the board. Like we already stated, who's going to use heroin tomorrow if it's legal? Not me. I'm telling you, I can't handle a shot. Okay, I'll die. If you want, I mean, marijuana is illegal now, okay? Some of us, I'm not going to say most of us, some of us have smoked it. I don't know how many, but most people I know have tried marijuana at some point. If they like it, they stick with it. If they don't, they drop it. Same thing. It's not going to be like, hey, everything's legal, let's all go try it. It doesn't happen like that. So we're going to, you're going to save billions of tax dollars, okay? If we legalized all of them, as Portugal did, all of it drops, okay? Every single thing dropped. More people got treatment. They educated their teens with the money. Instead of using the money that they were fighting to go find people who were doing drugs and possessing drugs, they were sitting there helping people get treatment for their problems, okay? There's no funding needed to legalize drugs. If you legalize it, like we were saying earlier, is marijuana can easily be grown. Meth is made already here in the United States. Okay, we're just not going to need people to try to smuggle it in and put our lives at risk every time they cross that border, and put our friends and family's lives on border patrol who could get shot at and stuff like that over drugs that we could legalize and make the issue even better. Okay. It sounds far-fetched, like I said. I know like a lot of you guys laughed as soon as I said legalize all drugs across the board, but it's not that far-fetched. Marijuana is getting legalized every now and again, here and there. 10, 15 years, but from now, we could legalize all drugs. Solve a lot of issues, solve a lot of tax dollars would be back in our pockets. Okay, people would get treatment, crime rates would drop, and that's what we need to do. We need to take a step out of our little box and think, hey, well, if heroin's legal or ecstasy's legal, everyone's going to do it. It's not going to happen. Think about yourself. You wouldn't go do it. So it doesn't mean your little brother, your little sister, or so on are going to go jump on that board too. So next time it's on the ballot, make sure you take a better look at it and think about it. Thank you.